Alright, hello everybody, welcome back to another SWG Prophecy video. Today I wanted to show you how to go ahead and use the Bazaar Terminals. A lot of people, not just on Prophecy, though I think Prophecy doesn't really have this problem, but a lot of people in general playing these SWG emos emulators have a problem using the Bazaar Terminal. They don't know how to use it. They don't know how to look for something that they want to find, or they might want to buy. They don't know how to sell something too. So I'm going to go through a little tutorial in here. It might lag out a couple times, so just be aware that it might lag out. If it does lag out, I do apologize. I know sometimes this happens when I pull up some funky things, especially with the trader with the windows like this. So we're gonna go ahead. So first thing you want to do, you're looking for items that you want to purchase here. So the first thing you do is you have this Bazaar Terminal here, which is in the Mos Eisley Starport. If you don't know where it is, I would suggest going through the first beginner tutorial when you land on Mos Eisley Starport. It kind of points you to this direction anyway, but when you get out of the Starport, it's right over here. So you can see there's banking terminals. It tells you, there's some things that tell you how to use the banks and junk vendors and all that good garbage, right? You come here and you left click on this Bazaar Terminal, and let's just say you want to, okay, so obviously you see I've been doing some stuff here, but let's just say you want to see if there's anything for sale here. You might find something. So we see some things here that are for sale here. Okay, maybe I want something here. What do I want? What can I buy that might be fairly decent? Or, for example, you have some color crystals here. If you have some color crystals, cool. You can buy them. There's different color crystals. You see a strange Jedi holocron here, a bunch of collection pieces, and all the good stuff that people try to sell over here. There's somebody selling some swoops. That's really nice of them. I think that was kind of cool. Well, let's just say you were looking for a specific Jedi holocron and you wanted to find it here. You can either look for this region, this planet, or entire galaxy. Typically, when I do this, I do the entire galaxy, just if I want to find something. And if you know you're looking for any such a strange Sith holocron or maybe even a Jedi holocron, you can just type in holocron. And if you know what specific number you're looking for, you can even type that in. So you have, 3535. These are all Jedi holocrons here, so no one's selling the Sith holocrons. But you have all these, let's say you were specific, you wanted to find a 1-5, right? Let's just say a 1-5 in this case. So we have a 1-5 here, and here we go. Now you can look at this. If you want to know what kind of holocron it is, you have the details. You can look at, hey, I got a meditative discipline holocron there, so you know what kind it is. So one thing that always drove me nuts about these Bazaar Terminals, I never told you if it was a one for meditation or one for waste packs. However, you can dig a little deeper if you wanted to on these terminals. And by the way, this is just for the Starport terminals over here. There's other things you can do on here, and I want to throw that out there because it is very important to note there. If you wanted to look for, say, just armor, okay, no one's selling any armor here. Okay, I get it. People usually list this on the vendors. Clothing, any clothing. Someone has a Jedi Master Cloak for 50,000 credits. I think that's really really important there to note that is 50,000 credits. So maybe we can go ahead and buy that. Something out. That's actually really cheap. So you can look for components. You got color crystals here. You can buy if you want to look at what color crystals. I kind of wish that the Bazaar would tell you what color they are, but you have to go to the details. So there's a yellow one. Here's a like a pinkish light purple one. So on and so on. So we can, if we want to do that, maybe we can buy the let's buy the dark purple one, just for the sake of buying something here off the Bazaar. And now that this is probably in this region. As a matter of fact, if you look at it, location Tatooine, Mos Eisley. So when you buy it, 2,000. Actually, if you want to pay, just click yes, click buy. And if you really want to see if you bought, it typically will give it to you all the way in your inventory here. Just puts it right in your inventory. However, sometimes if you go and buy something somewhere else on another planet, and I don't know if we have anything on another planet. Let me see. It doesn't look like we have anything on any other planet, but if there is something on another planet, what it will do is it'll put it in available items. and then you'll know that you have something available item, but you'll see the planet on there. You don't see it here right now, but that's typically what happens. So, and really, that's how they work over here. Now, this is just for buying stuff on the starport Bazaar Terminals. So now let's say let's say you couldn't find anything under all auctions, because that is typically what people look for. Let's say you wanted to find a house here, right? There's no house deed. So typically, if you look for house deed, there's no house deed. And you go, oh man, no one's selling a house here. I want a place to live. What am I gonna do? So if you don't find what you want to find here, I would suggest going on vendor location, and by default it keeps whatever you had over there. You don't find it in this region, that's fine. Maybe you can find it on this planet. You can definitely find it on this planet. Very cool to see. A lot of houses for sale here. For this person, really started putting a whole bunch here, and then you also have a lot of houses across the galaxy. So if you want to go across the galaxy, you can. Let's go ahead and do that, and maybe purchase one of the houses from some of these people. I can probably use maybe a large Carillion house. Even the Carillion. Let's say you look for a specific house. So let's just say we could do that. Search for Carillia house, Carillion. So we find these, and they're all D for Carillion garage. We don't need that. So we find all these large ones. Okay, so maybe Carillion City Hall, Carillion Shuttleport, all that stuff. So you can see that people are selling these things on here. If we want to do that, let's just go. How about we just say small deed, just to buy something very small and easy. We can show you how to buy that off of somebody's house. So we go to Talos, we can go to Tatooine, keep it on this planet, or we got this Style 2 roundhouse. So I'm going to go over there because I just want to do a little planet hopping. So you can't buy it, but you can create a waypoint. And what this does is it puts a waypoint in your data pad. See, these are your waypoints that you would typically get. And I'll show you when we get to the other planet, and the reason why I'm going to this one is a specific reason. But it really shows you that. So, you have that, or if you really want to, find something for your lightsaber, right? Maybe you want resources for your lightsaber, and hopefully somebody finds selling them. Here we go. Best lightsaber kit. They're cool. There you go. So you got all these lightsaber tool kits if you want to do that. And here's a perfect example of what's going to create a waypoint, right? So we see I have 2 waypoints. Here's a vendor. This is my own vendor, by the way. And then this is another waypoint that I have for a quest. However, we don't have any other waypoints here. So let's say I wanted to buy a lightsaber toolkit. You got to create waypoint, and then there it is, right there. So you see it changed it to a little different color, so you can go there. Before I go over there, I want to show you something different. Let's say you wanted to. Actually, I'll show you that a little bit later. I'll show you how to sell some items. All right, so let's say we're going to go ahead and buy the items that you want to buy. So I would suggest here, if you know what you want, you have, it's my waypoint, but if you know what you want, you can activate the waypoint, and it kind of gives you, see up here, kind of gives you a little marking over here, tells you which way to go. So you kind of have that, and you can activate the waypoint and go that way, and just follow that arrow around. So we're gonna go buy a lightsaber toolkit and see what they have for sale here. Sometimes when you go here, you find different things. So I know a lot of people are usually focused on, I want homes, I want lightsaber toolkits, I want capped armor, I want capped weapons, or even maybe they'll find like a lot of goodies, right? Maybe they'll find a lot of their, okay, I got a lot of loot items here. What do I do? How do I put, what I want some of the larger loot items, how many credits are they, and where do I go find them? So you got to search for them in a vendor, especially if you know what you're looking for. So, okay, we're gonna go here. Kind of interesting, little shop over here. Proxmart, cool. Good to see you on the server, Proxmart. Very nice. Weapons and armor. So this guy has weapons and armor. Okay, cool. He's got a portable space terminal here. That's really nice to see that too. Okay, here's Colin. This guy's got a really nice vendor. A nice vendor setup. I like it. Very clean. You can come back here if you want to look to see what this guy's got back here. Looks like he's got a weapon and droid crafting station. So, we're going to go here. Alright, cool. So we know this guy's force sensitive supplies. We wanted the lightsaber crafting toolkit right there. I'm sure there's probably a lot more, but we'll just buy that because that's what we're looking for. Lightsaber, anything lightsaber. He's got some capped resources too if you want to buy it. So if you need to make more lightsabers, go ahead and make them. But here we go. You could buy them off the vendor here. And so now you bought it off a vendor here. Praxmart, thank you. This is a nice little setup you got here. So now you can say, okay, what do I want next? How do I do this? I've already got another waypoint for another thing. The good news is he's got a portable space station in his actual vendor here. So we're going to go ahead and use a portable space station. And we're going to go to the start spaceport. And I wanted to buy a house deed as well. So I'm going to go and buy one in Naboo to one of the cities over here. And I'll show you how to buy it over there. So as you see, different vendors are around different areas. If you want to buy different things, you saw earlier the Bazaar Terminal had some stuff for sale on there that you could buy if you wanted to really buy things. Oh, look, see somebody out here probably grinding up on his legacy. Cool. There you go. Enjoy some fireworks. Alright. Okay, so where's the waypoint here? Obsidian. So we have the... it's a player association actually, but I think it's the same waypoint what I'm looking for. So I actually got one of these already. Let me take that out there. Naboo, small Naboo house. So we're gonna look for that. So we're gonna go right to that city and pick up what we can pick up here in this city. I'll just show you how to buy it from another vendor too. And then we'll go back and show you how to sell things in a Bazaar Terminal, and then also how to sell things on a vendor as well. So this is kind of important. Maybe I'll even show you how to make a vendor, because I know that some folks, don't know how to make vendors, and it's a very important part of trying to make credits and money here in SWG, because if you really want to focus on a lot and make your money, you should, because it'll help you out in later on. So we can activate the waypoint. Where is the waypoint though? That I don't know. So it's in here, public crafting stations and terminal. So it's Wasabi shop over here. Let's see how this looks like. So this is a nice little diner he's got going on. A lot of goodies in here. Wow, this is very decorated. Very much decorated. A little laggy when it comes up, but all right, cool. This is good. This is really good to see. So, vendor deeds. We can look at vendor deeds. This has a lot of vendors in here. Well, obviously there's no lightsaber here, but let's just say we're looking for a small house deed of some sort. All right, so we can just buy a small Naboo house. I don't need it for anything. I'll probably just sell it a little bit later. But you see all the neat vendors that this person has here. We also have this Galactic Tiles arcade game if you want to play that. Part of the trading card game item. Crafting assembly terminal. If you want to craft any items in this person's home, you can. It's a nice little piece that they added here that a lot of folks don't have, so you can actually craft your own stuff here and get some bonuses from there. So there's a lot of cool things here that it has. Starship crafting station, so on and so on. Obviously you see a space terminal that we have over here. One thing that I want to note as well, because this is kind of cool, is that we have portable Bazaar terminals here too. So if you don't want to go shopping in a Mos Eisley starport, which you can do, let's say you want to find something. Let's just say we want to find a crystal somewhere, right? So you probably won't find anything in this region. You probably won't find anything in this planet. But if you search the entire galaxy in a Bazaar terminal here, you will find it right there. So portable Bazaar terminal has what you want, so you can do it from there, and likely here's what happens. You place the bid, right? So let's say I go buy it, you place the bid, and this one's not going to go in your inventory at all. Remember I was saying earlier that this goes straight in your inventory, so you'll see you can't retrieve it from this location. Nothing in your inventory. This is the old color crystal that I pulled up before. Nothing in your inventory there. However, you will see that you have a color crystal available items. So if you click on retrieve items, nothing, you can't get in there. But you can create a waypoint if you don't know where it is. So we'll create a waypoint. We know it's in Tatooine, Mos Eisley for your location. So what you want to do here is go back to the Mos Eisley starport. Travel there from your portable space terminal as well. Alright, so now you have a waypoint here as well. We can remove this other one because I don't want that crafting toolkit there. But let's say you had this color crystal, this the other one, but you'll see it come up on here. It's pretty straightforward where you're going. Okay, so if we want to activate the waypoint, there you go. I typically activate the waypoints this way you know where you're going. You don't have to activate it. It's on your map anyway, regardless of whether or not it's activated or not. And you see there's a bunch of people out here having some fun. Standing around, sitting around. Sounds familiar. Alright, but we can go ahead and we can see this. And then you'll see that you can pick it up from here. So, you'll see this here. You can pick this guy up here. My sales. No, you don't have anything for your sale here. But yeah, the color crystal here. Here you go. Here's your waypoint. Retrieve the item. Alright, cool. Now, the next thing you're going to ask is, how do I sell an item? I want to make credits. I have all these items. How do I sell them? First thing you can do is if you have a bunch of items that typically people aren't interested in, or just junk loot, like, you know, low-level static clothing, I would go to the junk dealer, and you could kind of sell some stuff. I don't want to sell anything here, but you can kind of sell some stuff to the junk dealer, and they'll absolutely take it off your hands. The other piece that you can do is if you have some stuff that you know typically might sell in a Bazaar Terminal, go to the Bazaar Terminal, and you know, you can go to my sales. Here's how I typically sell things in a Bazaar Terminal. So let's do my sell an item, right? And let's sell the 2 color crystals that we just bought for 2,000 credits. I think that's fair enough. And then we'll sell the small Naboo house here. Let's offer it a little bit cheaper than what we paid for it. Get somebody to get there, and then same thing with the 15 lightsaber crystal, lightsaber crafting toolkit. We didn't pay that many credits for it. I tend to undersell things sometimes just to make credits quick. Very, very good thing to do if you want to help the community out a little bit. So go ahead and sell that. So now sometimes you have stuff in your inventory, you just don't know how much it's going to cost, like how much some of these things are going to sell for. So what I'll do here first is, all right, so let's say you have a housing improvement, techniques in maximizing space, page 10. So you don't know how much it's going to cost. You can do 2 things. So I'll typically look at maximizing 10, see if anyone's selling it in the entire galaxy. You don't see it here on the all auctions tab, but you might find it in the vendor location, and it looks like somebody's selling it for 50,000 credits. So what I'm going to do, just to offer it up to the community, is I'll look at this, and I won't sell it for 50,000. I will sell it for 20,000. So there you go. So something like that's very cool. I think that's a very good idea. Now you got storage techniques, page 10. So you want to really look at that. But the other problem you have here is you have 4 of them. So let's look at how much you're selling first of all. Storage 10. We can see how much they're selling it. Storage 10. They're selling it for 5,000 a piece. At least that's what it looks like. Yeah, 5,000, 1 volume. So we'll offer for the same amount there, but you don't want to sell all 4 of them because likely somebody's going to be looking for 1, unless they're looking for all 5 of their characters. So in my opinion, you either sell it 1 by 1, or you sell it in groups of 5. So let's split it out in 1 here. So and then you can't, the problem is you can't split it from here, so you got to go back into your inventory. You need to split it again from your inventory again. So we can split this out again. We can sell the item again. Same price there, 5,000. Right, and then we can split it out again one more time. Same price there. And 5,000 and then 5,000. Now you're looking for Zarek. Maybe you want to see Zarek. Maybe somebody's selling Zarek on here. Let's see how much you're selling it for. They're selling it for 2,500 credits. Okay, I think that's fair enough. I think we had, what, 2 of them on here? So we'll split these out. We'll sell for the same amount. It's 2,500. Let's do 2,500. Okay, so we got these going too. Now you got these melee crystals, melee weapon crit things, crit chance, these enhancements. 25, mostly 25s and 24s. So what I'll do is if somebody wants them, we'll let them go for pretty cheap. For the 25s, maybe we'll do 150. 150. We'll do 150,000 just to sell them out of the way. So typically, if we want that, we can do that. If you really want to look, let's say we can look melee, melee crit chance. So let's just see if it's anyone's selling it there. Okay, so let's see if anyone's selling one of these enhancements. They're not. Wow. Melee weapon enhancement. So we can see if somebody's selling one of these. Typically, wow, no one's selling any of these. Holy crap. That's kind of odd. Okay, cool. Unless I spelled something wrong. Okay, that's very odd, but that's okay. I guess people are really buying them. All right, that's good to know. So you get the 24. Let's just say we'll let the 24s go for a lot cheaper there, 50,000. I typically don't really need a lot of these. I really don't use them for anything. Okay. 25. We'll keep the 25s at 150. Yeah, I think I remember selling a couple of these recently. 24. Let's see if we can find a 25 again, and we know the 24s will let go of 50,000. So that's important for anyone that wants it. Okay, so now we got that. If we really want to look for certain things, we can say, hey, is anyone selling character respec devices? Do we know that? We have character respec devices on here. Use the device will allow you to respec your character for free. You don't have to pay anything. So character respec device. Let's see if anyone's doing it. I don't plan on respecing my character here, and I also have 5 of these. So let's note this. No one's selling any one of these, so these might be pretty rare. I would maybe, if you want to do something like that, if you really want to let it go really quick, you can maybe attempt to try to sell it for, I don't know, let's say 5 million. 1, 2, 3. So we could try for 5 million, right? Okay, cool. So we could try that, and then we have these these crystals here. These are crystals that are typically sold on. These are typically sold on some of our reward systems. So let's just sell Dawn of Dagobah or Horn's Future. So let's see if we find it there. So let's see if we find any Dawn of Dagobah. I'm gonna doubt anyone's selling it, right? Or Horn's Future. I didn't think so. So they're pretty rare crystals because you're only limited to the amount you can buy. Clearly, I think there was like 5 per character or something like. I forgot how it was, but so we can go ahead and try to sell these on our vendor. So now you can see how I sold it. So let me just get maybe a couple things out of the way. Here we have some, let's say a Dejarik keypad 2. So we can maybe sell one of those. No one's selling a keypad 2. Wow. Amazing. Okay. Wow, I find that very odd. Give me 1 second. Alright, so no one's selling that. We want to split it out into multiples so we can split that out. So one thing to keep in note here, we're gonna be splitting these out, right? I want to show you guys another thing here. It's 25,000. I think this might be even too much, but I'll let it go for that much. See if that works. So we got 22 items for sale. Let's see what else we can sell. I have a Jubilee wheel. If we really want to try to sell that, we can. Is there anything else that I think I can sell? I don't know. That's a tough one. Do I have anything in here? Yes, see, I got a bunch of junk in here too that I could potentially sell. Oh, I see. I got a Horns Donald Dagobah Horns feature. I do have a Jubilee wheel. I got this animal hide. Okay, so let's do this. Let's do something like this. So bar corner. Let's do something like this. Wow, how did I end up with all these things? Okay, regardless. We'll try to sell the Jubilee wheel there and see if anyone's selling it on the vendor. 5,000 credits, so we'll let it go for the same amount there. I don't necessarily need that, so we'll go for the same thing here. Schematic animal hide. So we got that as well. I don't know which one this is though. That might be style 1. Somebody's selling it for 5 credits, but they're making people come in to their thing for like 17,000 credits. So I don't know if there's one for sale there. It's 750,000. That's kind of, I think that's a little expensive. But okay. So that's a little expensive, but we're not gonna sell for that much. Maybe we'll sell it for 50,000. I think that's fair. Bar corner piece 3. Here's another thing we have. So now we got 24 items here. Remember, we got 24. Bar corner piece 3. So let's see if we can find that as well. So we have all these here. And that's going for 25,000. So if we want to undersell it just a little bit, we got 20,000. Cool. Now we got 25 items for sale. Now I want to keep that in mind. So this is sculpture section 4.4. So I'll typically so I don't see that. I don't see anything on there for sculpture section, so I don't know how much it's going to sell. So let's say, okay, I want to sell this for 200,000 credits. I can't sell it because I have too many auctions on the commodities market. So now what happens? What happens there? What is the biggest problem that we have? Is that we don't know what to do. We can't sell anything. Oh no, why did this guy die? Huh, poor buddy. Poor Wookie. So what do? How do we sell things? Because I want to sell things more in the Bazaar. Now you can spread them across all 5 of your characters, and now you got 5 5 characters, 25 items each. But let's say you have like 500 items you want to sell. What do? Where do you go? So what you can do at that point, I'll show you. We have what we create vendors for. We create these vendors. These are what traders like to do. They like to create vendors to actually sell things and make credits. So as we sell things, we make credits here. You'll see I have about 34 million credits on here, but there are other things that I want to, and here's a problem with that. Like, you don't know what to sell these for. The only way you can know what to sell some of these things for, see, there's a Senate pod. I don't know what to sell it for. The only way you can know how to sell it for is to really go back and try to sell it. Go back to the bazaar and look at that. You know, look how much those things are selling for. What are they selling for? Oh, so here's my vendor. If you're ever looking for it, he's out. He's close by to the starport, but not close enough. But close by to that it makes a difference. So for people to just get over there, I tend to put my vendor over here for a reason, because this way people can travel. So how do you want to list this on here, or what do you want to do? So as you see, I have some vendors already created here. Nice little neat shop for myself too. But I also, say you want to make a new vendor. How do you make a new vendor? So, and you have some things that you want to sell on this new vendor. So you go ahead, you go to the structure management terminal, structure permissions, no. But what you can do is you can create a vendor, and it gives you a little warning. If you future intend to use character transfer service, please empty vendors and recover the vendor before participating in a character transfer service. There is no character transfer service here. However, if you want to use anything, you have NPC and special vendors. You can create terminals, or you can create droids. I tend to like to use the NPCs because they're a little bit more fun. I don't know if there's a... See, I don't know if I have a special vendor here created right now. No, I've already done all of them. But let's say we just want to create a... I don't know, do we want to do a Wookiee? Moncal, a Thorian... I don't know what I want to do, so let's do a random player race. We can make it male, female, whatever. We can make a female random player race vendor. I don't know what I want to call it. So if you know what you're selling, let's just say all the goods. All the goods. So now you know that, hey, there's actually random loots here. I have one hobnob I call the vendor, but let's just call all the goods. So this is my female Bothan. Okay, cool. So what you can do is you can place her too, if you know you want to do that. I think I have a vendor downstairs, but we're gonna place her up here, just to put it up here. So you can place her, you can drop her here. As you see, she's not turned around enough. So if you want to turn her around, I would suggest doing it now. You can rotate them. You can also make vendor controls. You can initialize the vendor. I would suggest initializing the vendor. So if you want to sell anything, I would suggest putting some maintenance on here too. 100,000 credits will usually get you a while. So we just put 100,000. You can look at the status on there, and that gets you... I don't even know. It doesn't even tell you how long. But it gives you a good maintenance pool. Error. Oh, so I don't even know. Huh. Wow, that must be a bug, because that's way too much. And I know it's definitely a bug. Okay, so random player race, we put it on there. Random vendor race, sorry. So now we got that. We can enable ad barking if we want to do that. So you can just say pose proudly. Let's just do something random. Rub chin, right? Alert, bubbly, casual, cheerful, enthusiastic. And we could just say, if we want to do something customized, you can put a customized one on here. And you can just say, come here for all the goods. Come here for all the goods. So that's what you want. Now you're probably asking yourself, well, okay, I get that. We placed a vendor. We did something. But how do I go ahead and actually make the sell some stuff? So now we want to sell some stuff. So now we know. Okay, so what do? Can we sell an item? Can we do anything? Sell item. So sell an item. So let's say I want to sell the sculpture. I don't know how much it's going to be. I'm going to guess 100,000 credits should be enough. But now I know that these are very rare. So let's talk about these, and let's just say, hey, I want to get these out of here for 25 million. I don't think they're worth 25 million. I think you could probably get them for a lot cheaper. Okay, cool. But now the bigger problem that I have usually here is that sometimes people come and buy everything that you have on your vendor. so you don't know, what you want. So what you can do is, if you want to sell something very, very simple, um, let's say you wanted to get rid of something, you want to keep your vendors up and running. What I tend to do is, hey, let me sell it for 100 million credits here. Actually, it might not be more than that. So let's just sell the floor survey tool, or even the shoes. We can just say the shoes. Oh, so you have a limitation. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 100 million credits is usually my limitation. So, okay, so you put it out there for 100 million credits. And guess what? There you go. And you've now pretty much kept your vendor up and running. If you want to buy something for 100 million credits, you have the whole thing. You can look at what you have for sale on your vendor here. So as you see, I have a 100,000 credit item here. I got a bunch of stuff on here too for sale. 25 million for these crystals. Likely, I'll probably reduce those prices if they don't sell. The good news is that if you have, see, I have all these vendors here. I'll just show you what I have for sale a little bit. You have some different stuff here. However, if you're missing anything, you can go to your stock room, and obviously, if you haven't sold something, it comes to your stock room. And the cool part about that is, let's say, okay, let me just take for an example here. We have a Sith relic, right? So we can withdraw the sale. Okay, so we withdrew the sale, but it's in your stock room again. So what do you want to do? You can retrieve the item if you want to use it for yourself, or you can sell the item. I don't know what that means, or you can just relist the item. I think selling it might retrieve it and then make you want to sell it for a different. So let's see. You can sell it for a different price if you want. That's good to know. Or you can just relist the item. A really quick, simple thing to do there. And you basically just relisted the item. So there you go. So I hope you guys found this educational. I know there's a lot to go over. I know a lot of people don't understand how to use bazaars and the bazaar terminals, and also may not understand how vendors are used, how you can shop for them, or how you can create vendors to sell things. As you see, I just went through that, so now you guys can understand that, and I hope that you guys got the picture here. If you didn't, feel free to leave me a comment in the comment section. I can always help you out if you really need it. There's always some wonderful players here on Prophecy, or any server really, that you play on that might really help you out. I think it's, just reach out to them too, and they will absolutely guide you in the right directions. So yeah, there you have it. So if you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section. Obviously, subscribe to my channel. Hit that bell notification to know when I go live. And feel free to subscribe to my Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. I use them for all my characters, at least most of my characters, and some Star Wars related stuff that I like to talk about there as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found it educational. And until the next one, see, here's a crate dragon. Until the next one, may the force be with you, and I will see you then. Take care, everybody.